This is an Andy's Randomness special report. Reporting now, Andy Pollock.
Good afternoon, everyone. This is Andy's Randomness with a special report. We have breaking news this afternoon regarding the NYPD, and I'm sad to report we have our first reported NYPD officer suicide in 2020. We have just received word that an NYPD officer has in fact committed suicide inside his own home in Queens. Now, if you don't remember, in my neighborhood, Fresh Meadows, same thing happened. A police officer committed suicide at his house by Surrey Place, which took place in October. This time, in February of 2020, today is the 17th, by the way, this incident took place in Middle Village. So multiple sources have confirmed that this is a confirmed police officer-related suicide. So we're going to read this article now from 1010wins.com. I'll put the link in the description below so you can read it along. All right, so this was written by Kimberly Doyle of 1010wins WINS radio here in New York City. Article goes as follows. Get rid of that. An off-duty officer hung himself at his mother's home in Queens this afternoon, according to reports. The incident occurred around 12:30 p.m. on 59th Street in Middle Village, first reported by the New York Daily News. The New York Post reported that the officer recently had his guns taken away from him and was placed on modified duty. The officer's identity has not been released and an investigation is ongoing. Okay, so let me see if I can pull up the Daily News article. Can we do that? Looks like we're going to be able to. Can we get a reader view at least? Yeah, I much would prefer to do a reader view. Now, is there any more details? Okay. So I know there was a longer article in the Post. So can I go to the Post? Yeah, the Post had a longer article. Let's see if we can read the Post article. Okay, the Post is confirming that the officer's name was second-grade detective Paul Federico. He was 53 years old, and the New York Post is specifically giving more details at this time. So it says the house was located at 79th Street in Middle Village around 12:25 p.m. Okay, so it says Detective Federico, who worked in the department's liaison unit and had many years on the job, was pronounced dead at the scene. Maria Carusta, a 51-year-old resident, was saying his wife was in front screaming. She was saying, "Why did my husband do this?" Okay, right, as I said before in the other article, Federico was placed on restricted duty and had his guns taken away from him, though it was not clear why. So again, I can confirm this is the first NYPD officer-related suicide in 2020. According to sources, Detective Federico did not leave behind a note. More details are coming in. The cop had 2 adult children and a brother, Anthony, an officer with the Rockville Center Police Department in Long Island. So, his brother is a Nassau County police officer. My goodness. Federico once helped an NYPD auxiliary officer who volunteered at Ground Zero in the aftermath of the 9/11 terrorist attacks and got skin cancer, secured benefits from the September 11 Victim Compensation Fund. So this is interesting. The cop who he helped, Michael Dorian, so they needed video to secure benefits. So just want to mention the suicide comes after a disturbing rash of suicides shook the department in 2019. So again, I told you this earlier that back in October here in Fresh Meadows, an officer did in fact commit suicide at his house, which was located right by Surrey Place. So I think the Post gave a specific number. Yeah, okay. According to the NYPD last year in 2019, NYPD officers 10 were lost because of suicide. So, once again, our first police officer-related suicide in the NYPD for calendar year 2020. Very sad to report this news. I'm going to leave the air right now because I don't really have any other details at the moment. So please, if you can, check your local media sources. They will be updating the story throughout the day. This is Andy's Randomness signing off.
This has been an Andy's Randomness special report.